We got ourselves Archie over on team 1, still repping that enhancement. We got ourselves Call and Nurse, also enhancement. We got ourselves Kronk. Is Kronk gonna be the first one up? Looks like he is, stealthing in. We got Sojura in the back as well as El Taro. And on our team, we got ourselves Sham, Tard as enhanced. SP as a Shadow Priest, Taxi as Affy. XD getting blasted by the Rogue in the opener. Disarm immediately, gonna be spikes up. IBM up for the Demon Hunter. Looks like it's gonna be potentially almost actually, it was actually an intro by the Rogue. Trying to put the pressure on Demon Hunter's quick stun. Gonna be able to burn through a flash scout finally. XD might be able to make some damage happen here. Kronk got himself that evasion. A drone rush. Evasion is down for a time being. Blind on Demon Hunter. Trick inside of it. Next getting shot could be really bad. Gouge for a moment. As Kronk got himself the CC chains he needs. If he got himself the big setup, just continue to pistol shot to build the calm points, keeping the Demon Hunter slowed as best he can. If he can go for a big Kindle shot, he might be able to do it. Trinkets out of it with the vanish as he sees the Hunt coming out. Kindle shot to follow. Does he have the rogue damage? Pistol shotting, and looks like he guns him down with a big green skin. Pistol shot, quick draw talent. Wolf gonna be up next, getting hit with a quick gouge as the pets are gonna be onto Kronk. He's gonna go for a Blade Flurry to cleave down the pets. If he has himself the Leech buff, that Blade Flurry will actually end up here helping him out quite a bit. Disarm onto Wolf, as a lot of Wolf's damage is from Cobra shots. So it actually is reducing some of the damage he can do. Stun onto the Rogue with a Death Chakram flowing. Kronk is gonna take quite a bit of damage here, unless this man can get some cooldowns back quickly. For evasion, he might be in really big troubles. He needs some kind of a healing. Kidney shot onto Wolf. The pets are still on him. Trick it out of the Hunter. I think it's gonna be over. And that's a tough one, unless you're walking into a Hunter with full cooldowns as a Rogue, no matter what spec you are. It is definitely a rough one. With Archie going to be up next. Hunter's Mark is already on him. Got himself the Earth Elemental available. Fleshcraft is up for Wolf. Maybe if the Rogue was able to somehow disengage from Wolf and get himself a Fleshcraft, like Gouge Fleshcraft, I feel like that would help him out a ton too, for survivability. I don't know if the Fleshcraft was back up by then though. Might have not been actually. Trying to go for a big port. Archie get interrupted by a Wolf, just trying to deny the Shaman any of the mobility. As it's going to be a quick disorient by Archie. Got himself plenty of damage available, missing that Thunder versus Wolf, as Wolf got a lot of the mobility. Stun from a distance, Archie chooses to trick it out of it. Going to be quick feint death by Wolf. Is able to at least peel the Earth Elemental off him. Maybe he could get the Earth Elite to hang out by the pets, because then the pets would actually just attack the Earth Elite instead of the Shaman. So for Archie, this could be pretty good, but I think Wolf has a really good pet control. Gonna go for a pet fear into a fear beast while Archie is in Ghost form, or if you're Druid in cat form or bear form, you are considered a beast in the game, technically. So if they go for Scare Beast, they will end up fearing you out. Same thing with abilities like Hibernate. They're very, very niche abilities, but they do work out. And if you can land those, oh, is it cool. That's going to be big ascendance for Archie, but Wolf puts him on ice. Doesn't want to deal with it. He's going to back up out of there. Maybe even send the pets as he creates some line of sight. Gonna go for that slow. Archie does have some range to his abilities, but only 30-yard range instead of the 40-yard range. Got himself a few wind strikes on the pets. But I wonder if that's going to be it for Archie, though. It looks like he's committing quite a lot of cooldowns into this duel. But I wonder if what Wolf did so far, is that going to be enough to offset Archie? It's quite a bit of damage. Cobra shots are firing up. It's a sustained damage building up as Archie. You're feeling the pressure from all these raptors, from all these T-Rexes, the undead pets. These guys are undead, might not have much of a stomach. But they also are, I mean, they're pretty scary looking, dude. Look at those two things. Oh my goodness. Archie not in a great spot at all. Wait, what happened to one of the pets? Did it kill one of the pets? Oh wait, no. This is the fused together into one. Archie under a lot of pressure, trying to go for Chain Harvest. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. At first I thought for a second one of the pets disappeared, but they kind of fused together into one area, into one. So I gotta be a little distracted. I didn't even notice how fast Archie's health was going down. Beastmaster Hunter, but at least I gotta give Wolf credit. He's not playing the Venthyr. Venthyr is the one that's really cheesy, easy breezy. Wolf is at least playing the Necrolord, which does have a little bit of survivability, which I think helps Sounders quite a bit. Survivability is a good thing. But I feel like it's still pretty strong right now because of Flesh Cup and all. You know what I mean? They're nerfing for a reason. Chain Harvest onto Viraj, which is going to be Call and Nurse, is going to be able to heal up with a massive Chain Harvest. Either way, Wolf going for a Turtle Shell, get himself Flesh Cut, and it's going to put him on ice as well. That was another hit Shaman with also a lot of cooldowns used. So potentially Wolf could just do the same thing he just did to Archie. This could be basically a Shaman 2-0 potentially for Wolf. Nurse trying to go for Frost Shocks. I guess we'll call him Nurse because his name is called Nurse, so we'll call him Nurse. So when I say Nurse, you guys know what I mean. Wolf continues trying to get slows, trying to get those cover shots in. He got himself some damage rolling thunder as Nurse finally able to get into melee, able to get some maelstrom rolling. Wall is up and running, but he's constantly slowed. Trying to go for Door of Shadows. Interrupt juked by Nurse with a hex onto Wolf. Wait, actually landing a hex. Is he going to turn around and put attention on the pets? No, looks like he's still giving all the attention to the hunter. Going to be a trinket out of Nurse. And if you only go for a grounding totem in order to prevent this freezing traps, he might be in a good spot, but it is very, very difficult to do. It is pretty damn difficult to do. Wolf got plenty of pressure, plenty of sustain versus Nurse. Plenty of damage. The pet's still on him. 5 minutes into the duel. We are finally dipping into the dampening, boys. And that's going to be Wolf going for that bestial wrath. Nurse is actually a little bit of trouble. Saner goes to try to get away. Going to be Death Chakram joining in. Quite a bit of pressure setting up. It could be a lot of sustained pressure onto Nurse as Wolf finally able to get some damage in. It's going to be a full bestial wrath and everything. Trying to just skip the line aside of the Shaman as Shaman is running out of mana. Ghost is a backup and running, but he has no mana to work with. He has Maelstrom. He can maybe go for a little bit extra damage, but the mana is in dire need of trouble. Definitely in big trouble. And looks like Nurse is at least catching up on a little bit of healing between Ghost Tools, between whatever healing he can provide with the mana that he has, which is not a lot. The mana though, and the healing itself is getting worse and worse over time. Freezing Trap catches him for a second. He's still able to keep up for a moment. Can he somehow reverse it and then recover? I think he's waiting potentially for Wall, and maybe he should just go in with all full bursts. If he can just go for a big one-shot on Wolf, I think that's the one thing that really is giving him a chance. Sunder is setting something up. Ghost is joining the fight. Quick fade death by Wolf, so you can no longer do that. Nurse is having to actually back up again. Back in a bad situation. Gets so a big crit for a heal. Even a 12% dampener might be able to make something happen here. Ascendant's up very, very soon. Wolf taking a bit of damage right now, though. No feign death for a moment. Does he have a way out? Feign death is up right now, dropping down a trap. I don't know if there was a freezing trap that missed or another trap, maybe explosive, that just didn't do nothing. But it is a grounding totem potentially available for Nurse and a big heal. He gets those crit heals. Interrupt him on a flash. Wait, actually could have turned it around on the hunter completely. Nurse is back up at full health. Trinket back up unavailable. Is going to trick out of this. Going to frost shock on the Wolf. Wolf does not have a turtle. It looks like he does climb back out of there with Shamchard approaching him. Not going to give this boy even a chance to recover. He just had a hard-fought battle versus Wolf. And Shamtar is just trying to take away that victory, sweep it under the rug like it never happened. Nurse in a really big troubles, try to go for a stun on Shamtar. I think he was able to avoid it. Ascendance damage is quite painful. The Nurse got himself plenty of healing, but he needs more crits. He needs even more crits. He needs another big crit. If he wants to stay alive, 18% damage, but he got himself a haze buff. Maybe he can turn this around with counter pressure. Counter offensive, big ascendance. Looks like he is desperate and is going to try for it. Wall up for Shamtar. Nurse is definitely going to have to use any maelstrom he has whenever he has mana to pop a heal. He's going to go for Chain Harvest, which is pretty massive. That is a heal as well as damage. Sunder onto Nurse for a second. Is going to get himself a massive crit heal. Needs to go for grounding totem at some point. He's definitely going to need to do that. If you can ground any one of the spells from Shamtar, he'll be in a good spot. Caught in the place with a totem. Stun totem to follow after. Shamtar maybe gets the damage. Another crit for Nurse. It's just critting. This man can't stop critting for heals. It looks like he maybe is turning around on Shamtar. Shamtar is the one with the wall, with all the defenses used already. Nurse is just living on the crits. He's living and dies by the crits. Yet another crit keeping him alive. Actually still in there. Ghost is a backup and available. Has a wall, but oh, Shamtar with a big haze buff as well as the Doom Wiz just ramps up in the Wind Fury procs. So Jiro is going to be up next over for Team 1 as we hit in that 9-minute mark. Dampening pretty up there. Shamtar just used a lot of cooldowns. Going to be full burst out of Sajiro, minus the banner of the Necrolord. Shamtar with the Chain Harvest, but that Fleshcraft shield is not going anywhere. And this Shaman is just an execute away. One more execute, down he goes. SP is up next. I think Sajiro isn't going to give him a chance. Just charging in before SP can really get anything done. Mind control, nothing to break out of it. He's going to trinket. If you could potentially get an interrupt onto SP, he'll be in a big good situation. SP got him some big PI stun back to Sajiro though. Gonna be a trick for SP trying to make some damage happen. Sajiro no longer with the Fleshcraft. Is he gonna line of sight in Fleshcraft? Is he gonna be able to do it? I don't know if he's gonna be able to reflect, parry up and available versus SP. Banner back up and available. Might just want to go super aggressive here. Shadow throws through the shield of SP. Looks like the shield is gonna take a bit of damage through the Fleshcraft. or rather the shadowing throw. And so you're trying to see if you can blast through SP as best as you can, doing as much damage as possible. Mind Flame for a quick second, doesn't drop them on Shadow. There's going to be a stun onto SP. Zure is going to have to be looking out for healing. SP is in a great position right now, unless Zure can somehow live this. Got himself Reflect back up and available. Quick charge on SP, trying to go for Executes. SP lives it. He knew that he couldn't go for a defensive. He knew he couldn't go for Disperse because it's just going to give the Warrior an opportunity to go for a Flesh Shaft. It was going to give him an opportunity. He wouldn't want to do it. Has a Disperse now for El Toro if he wants to. Going to be El Toro with a Zuen. Get him with a Fear. The Shadow Priest could potentially still make someone work here. Just going to Mind Control, walk El Toro as far as he can. Maybe waiting out for defenses. Got himself the Siphon, which is at least applying the slow onto El Toro. And SP with the Disperse as soon as he takes a bit of damage from the Monk. It is a Curian Monk. He did pop full burst and full everything. Mindbender as well as the Mages as well as the Siphon are on him. SP trying to go for the Goblin Rachel to get the hell out of there, though the jump just didn't get it far enough. And it does go down with Taxi being the last one left. Trying to go for a nice honorable bow versus El Toro. Went in for a bow. El Toro just got to charge it in, going for the kick. Leg sweep. Taxi wanted to go for a bow, but has to go for a shield. And it comes down to these two. Who's going to win? Fear onto El Toro. Taxi trying to keep him dotted up. And Taxi, I think, wins with the dots alone. I don't know if El Toro can heal through this. Dampening is eventually going to scale up with 39% dampener. Dual fights are up for El Toro, trying to keep himself floating. Taxi with the Dark Soul instability, Demonic Gateway set up. And Taxi still trying to go back in, trying to keep the dots rolling, trying to keep the pressure rolling. He has pretty big defenses available in case El Toro goes in for a big setup. Interrupt Taxi on the Shadow. Fist of Fury to follow. Big shield up for Taxi. Could go for a wall here. Instead, going to go for a trinket into a port out of there. With a Drain Life onto these pets. I believe he also is playing the Agony trait, where Agony is going to ramp up the damage of his Drain Soul. Or, yeah, Drain Life. So that does help him out a ton. Quite a bit of survivability. Oh, playing out the Rune of Casting. Is that what it is? He actually put himself in a situation where if he stands on a rune, he can just cast in his face without interrupts. Gonna be a Fear as El Toro is fully dotted up. Can Taxi maybe get line of sight and put up even more dots? El Toro just had the best Fear pathing ever. Just completed the line of sighted the Warlock like he meant to do that. Taxi's left out there with Zuen. Better dot that thing up because from any kind of dots, any kind of effects, procs, anything, that Zuen is gonna help you. That is also a little bit of heal. As Zuen disappears. 50% dampener. El Toro got himself the Weapons of Order used. Actually, that was full CDs. So you're looking at a Monk without a lot of cooldowns versus Taxi, who still has a lot of his offensive cooldowns available. Defensive cooldowns come back relatively soon. So it could be anyone's game. I think even if the Monk doesn't have nothing offensively, it still is a difficult fight. I think any class will struggle against a Monk. They're just so nuts right now. Fear, again, the perfect Fear pathing with a Mortal Coil. I can't believe it. In cap onto Taxi. El Toro with a leg sweep. Does he have the damage? Immediately Dark Pack for Taxi with a port the hell out of dodge. Images are up on a Taxi. At least he's able to get cooldowns on El Toro. He's getting those Storm Oath and Fires. He's getting those Zuens out. And he's not really seeing El Toro commit those CDs big time. Taxi is just sitting over there trying to wait this out as best he can. 54% dampener. 14%, 40 minutes into this duel. Taxi just sees a good line of sight. El Toro could wait forever. Taxi set up a portal. Might just have to get aggressive and just push in. Every time he got him for Mortal Coil or a Fear, it feels like the Fear pathing just helps out the enemy team. And it's just the most unfortunate thing to see. Just super, super unfortunate. El Toro going for a quick slow on Taxi, rolling out of the way. Trying to keep away from the guy. Taxi with the dots, loading up. El Toro taking a bit of pressure from those dots. We are pretty high to dampening. Whatever heal he can do, I mean, it's only going to do so much. Into a quick in cap on the Taxi. Actually, El Toro got interrupted by Taxi with the Fist of Fury, and Taxi goes for a port. Looks like there was no leg sweep or nothing with it. El Toro is still just struggling to heal. Drain Life around the corner. Actually tags him. Oh my goodness. Taxi tagging these guys up, dude. Doing whatever he can. Leg sweep. Does El Toro have the full burst? When it's up, and he's not going with the win. Summons it really late. More is going to be rolling Dragon Punch. Has a trinket if he needs to. He's going to trinket that karma, that Fear immediately. Full karma onto Taxi. Trying to make some doubts happen. Taxi with a wall, Fear and El Toro out of the way. Altora, is he playing Ring of Peace, by the way? I don't know if he is. Full dots are up until Altora has the win and everything. Is this where you just commit? Is this where you just stay in? Big spinning crane kicks. Tags it, trying to go for the big drain. Does get himself a little bit of health. Trying to drain it for the life of him. Could be anyone's game. World Dragon Punch gets him super low. Oh my goodness. Jesus Christy. Wolf with a impressive amount of million damage. Who would you hit for a million? For a whole million? Who are you smacking for a milli there? My goodness. Tagsy, super close duel against the monk. That was a really, really tough one, dude. That's a hard one. Got the fear path. Yo, dude, that fear path thing punished you. I don't know why the devs thought that was a good idea, but why is that fear path thing literally makes him hug the corner, right? Fear should be like, all right, now in the open.